for me, here we are discussing the fact that the women in Uganda, the issue of gender equality and women's empowerment had made some gains. That's what we are discussing, and I agree. Other people, these young people, think that there are no gains. For me, if I were to tell you the gains, I'm telling you, even a woman standing here, facing the press, talking, and even the fact that we are here discussing issues about women, had it ever been? It had never been at all. Women were not being talked about. Women could not talk. Women were in the kitchen behind there like that. Women could not go. You see, like this modern technology of computer and so on. You think women would be there now? Because women were not studying law, engineering, medicine. Or we broke through a lot. So I don't agree with people who came in here and found when we had made all these gains and they didn't see the other behind, and they are saying, no, there are no gains. That is the problem. Now, these gains were made. I want to tell you one sentence like this. What my analysis of the situation has revealed to me, that the extent to which the struggle for gender equality and women's empowerment will make gains entirely depends, or primarily depends, on the prevailing political environment and coupled with the political will on the part of the government. As long as the political will, the political environment is not conducive to gender equality and women's empowerment, and as long as there is no political will on the part of the government in power to promote gender equality and women's empowerment in the real sense, you cannot make headways. Why do I say this? Women at independence participated. Women like Joyce Mpanga, women like Sarah Ntiro, women like they were there, Florence Rubega, women, they participated with men to get independence. As soon as the government took power and wars started and fighting, and Obote's government threw away the whatever, that was the end. The environment stopped to be conducive for women to continue in the struggle. This doesn't mean that the women's struggles were not there. They continued, but the political environment was not conducive. Until now, President Museveni came in with NRIM and introduced a political environment which was conducive to gender equality and women's empowerment, and coupled with a political will to move. And that's when we moved and made all these achievements, the constitution, all these, whatever we achieved, women in the economy, women in the education, women everywhere, we achieved so much. But the current political environment, which is so violent, which is so intimidative, which is against women, women can move when there is peace. But if there is no peace, it cannot move. So the current political environment, coupled with the lack of political will to enforce the gender equality and women's empowerment in real sense, we cannot move anywhere. For instance, look, right now we have the biggest percentage in parliament of women than ever before. We have the leadership right from vice president, prime minister, first prime minister, whatever. What are they doing? They have never been there before. But this is the issue of gender equality and women's empowerment is at its least. It is just window dressing. The intimidation, the corruption, the capture of the state, the capture of the women's movement, all these have conspired together to make a stop on the advancement of gender equality and women's empowerment. And I can assure you, whatever we do now, within this kind of political environment, we are making no headways.